she when the person's present. Just use their first name.
I'm sorry.
Rude.
I'm sorry. MBR, don't school me like that. We're on video here. Just for the record. I'm just kidding. I said Kathy.
All right.
That's it.
So here we go.
It's like speaking third person by yourself.
GCK Advanced Training Series.
I
got it.
All right. I emailed that out to everybody. You guys should have it, except for the AMs. So can we have no more side conversations, please? Thank you. So here's the deal. Advanced training, as I was mentioning earlier, when this like, no, we need to cover it. I'm not going to cover it all. We're going to walk through this together. I'm going to go over some main things. I will record myself doing it. Not tomorrow. I'll do my first run through because I haven't ran one in a long time. Because what's the objective of advanced training? Get them back in, get their PRs, get them on the phones, and teach them something to give them confidence. Cool. I've been doing that in PCs, but definitely will be running advanced training now that we'll be launching out bigger groups. But it's just been a while since I've ran one, so I'll run one tomorrow or Monday, and then next week I'll record myself running it. Okay. So you guys will have the recording you can watch, but it's about instilling confidence, all right? So you have the agendas on the first page if you just like to use agendas, and if you go to the second page, so I sent a full one, all right, a full version. The first time it was just the outline for the 4 days, and then I actually sent you an 11-page document, all right? And this has step-by-step. So it has arrivals, they come in, what you're doing, you know, you're getting phones, right? We talked about phones. We didn't get a hold of all your people and getting that. And what I'm going to do, am I able to play this? Can you pull up the advanced training on here so I have it so I can have advanced training keynote up here?
Yes, ma'am.
Thanks, dude.
Sure, dude. Whatever you want.
All right. So this is my keynote. You guys can adjust it. You guys can do whatever. Did you send them my keynote?
No, ma'am.
Okay. If you want it, let me know. Okay.
Whoa. I just realized keynote speaker. Same word.
I'd have to log out of the live feed. But when you put your mirror display,
I want to play this, and it's going to take the screen.
mine doesn't.
Can you go purple?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Are we on live feed right now?
Yeah.
All right. Here we go. So when we start AT, they're walking in. This is what's up here. All right. So people are walking into advanced training. This is up. This is always everywhere. They see cruise boats. All right. We're going to print out more stuff. So we have like boats on the table.
Nothing
But,
out there.
huh? Oh my God.
I have that too.
It's automatic timeout.
Is it turning on? It's turning on.
I'm turning.
You take
All right, there we go. All right.
You can change it to
So, huh?
You can change it to automatic timeout.
This is what I want. We're good. So when people walk in, this is just up. All right. So we're seeing people. People are rolling. We're letting them know, hey, dude, we got a bunch of your friends set up, or hey, so and so are set up. Shoot them a text, say, hey, good luck in your interview, or hey, we already had a chance to meet whoever if they came in for an earlier interview that day. So just kind of updating this or coming in. Hey, by the way, there's a ton of people we were not able to get a hold of. You know, probably just because they didn't know who the heck was calling them. The girls are wondering, is it cool if they just use your phone while we're in training? Once we start training, that way they can get a whole lot more people. We'll get you a lot more credits towards your cruise. Oh, okay, cool. All right. So just here, make some calls, get your Rolo. Everything's kind of mixing, mingling as we're getting started with training, okay? Then once we go to start, that's where I'm like, hey, go ahead and grab your phone. And I have I introduce them to who's going to be calling their list. So I'm like, hey, Wasim, do you have a code on it? Or do you want to take your code off or whatever? Okay. I actually usually tell them that earlier. I'm like, keep using it. When we start, then Rebecca's going to grab your phone, okay? So Rebecca, Wasim, you're going to help him win the cruise. Cool? All right, high five. And then she's like, I'm going to help you win the cruise. And you're like, yeah. All right. Yeah. So come get his phone. When we start, I'll call you girls, and you're Wasim's buddy to help him win the cruise. Cool? All right, great. So once I'm ready to start, I'm like, hey girls, come here. I'm like, hey, by the way, these girls are gonna be helping you guys out. Some of you guys that I talk to, I only target with the top people first. I'm like, if we can get to the other ones, we'll let you know. But let's roll. And usually their list, I mean, I know already before advanced training starts how many people I have, how many names we have to call, and how many lists I actually need to collect. All right, and I'm gonna focus on the top half or the top 70%, so that we're duplicating the right people. So now during advanced training, the girls are rocking, phone switch, calling through, and they have a lot of fun with that. And we're going to be reviewing that hardcore at our meeting next Saturday. So for the assistants and the receptionists. So anyway, I go to start with advanced training. So first thing we start off with, so we go through here is the 10-80-20 rule, right? And you talk about whatever was supposed to happen is going to happen. 10% of people, you didn't have the fast start that you wanted to have, all right? And so you still have 8 days left. You still have 9 days left, whatever it is. 80% of you, you had a solid first weekend. You were right on the averages. And by the way, when you're going through this, you can give examples. Like when you say, but they finished strong. Like I had a guy, Will Northern, his first weekend, he did about $1,000, but he still had an 11K fast start. I know we had someone that had less than that, right? You had a profile first weekend, a small first weekend that did 10K.
52.
Huh?
$52 first weekend.
And had a 10K fast start. All right. So sharing different people, like, hey, so-and-so is it only sold $52 their whole first weekend. Most of you are ahead of that person, and they had a 10K fast start. Then most of you, like the majority of you, it's 80% are right on the averages. And then again, sharing people who had average first weekend and had a big fast start. All right, so you guys can use, you have 1 million 10K profiles that they sent out. So pick out the ones or talk to your DM to see which ones you use there. And then 10% of you got off to a fast start. And that pointing that out, be like, guys, don't get complacent. That's one of the biggest things that I see happen across the nation as to why there's not more, annual top performers or All-Americans throughout the company. Why do they not each have 3 to 5 people winning scholarships out of their offices? So I have a kid who pops out and then he just gets complacent, like, oh, I'm the ish. And then they don't finish what they started. It's about finishing your full 10 days and seeing where you can take it, seeing how big you can go, all right? And painting the picture for that. So it's all about the next 8 days, work ethic, attitude, demos, all of that. All right, so I'm gonna give you guys the goods today. I'm gonna teach you how to do recommendations, closing. I'm gonna teach you how to sell most of your demos. I'm gonna teach you things that'll change your life. Then we'll have a plan to help you guys get off to a fast start. All right, so don't forget, don't forget that whatever was supposed to happen happened. All right, but it doesn't matter. Like it's all about the next 8 days. It's all about leaving here. And I saw Elias Palacios his first weekend. All right, did 11 demos, and he only had 3 sales for a total of $400, okay? And his buddies had great fast starts, and after this, he sold 2K that night. The next week was number 16 in the nation, ended up top 10 All-American scholarship winner, So, like, it just does not matter what's happened so far. And for those of you who are ahead of the game, hey, good for you. You got a head start, but anyone can go out and make this thing happen. So we're going to go through, first thing, we're going to go through Recs and closing. I'm going to teach you guys some great stuff there. I don't know why this is first.
I know. You told me to delete that slide.
Yeah. I'm like, what the hell? This is not good.
I
It's
failed
okay.
this group.
It's okay. You have not failed. You agree. So first thing is we're going to start off going through some pay and reviewing this. So guys, you review the pay structure with them. You guys see it. You literally can just read word for word off of this thing. So you review the pay. Guys, if you ever get a check that's not correct, it's for 1 of 2 reasons, all right? Or 1 of 3 reasons. 1, the CPO it wasn't calculated correctly, like make sure that you verify your CPO when you turn in your qualified presentation sheet, all right? Second, an order doesn't process. Maybe there was a bad billing address. Maybe there were, like there was a credit card no match, or they had to have, maybe there was an apartment missing or something. So it hasn't gone through you. We need to fix it. That'll be on your next check, all right? Well, the last thing is you just didn't even turn in your time card. So you've got to make sure on Sundays you're bringing those in every single week. And by the way, I had someone who came in with their boyfriend, like, yeah, it's a scam. I need to get paid. I haven't got paid. She was like all ticked off. And I said, hey, we're really good about our pay. I mean, why would I want to create a reputation like that for my company that we don't pay our people? Why would I want that? I'm planning on being here long term. So we're very good about paying our people. I said, something must have happened. I'm not sure. I'll look it up for you, but there has to be an explanation. We just don't not pay people, She's like, well, I need my money. And the guy's like, yeah, they're like ready to fight. I'm like, really? Settle down. And she goes, yeah. I said, did you turn in your time card? She's like, of course I did. I'm like, okay, well, I said, I don't know what happened, and I'm so sorry. I said, I'll add a little extra, on my behalf. I'll pay you extra. I'll write you a check as in I'm sorry. I said, I really don't know what happened, but I apologize for your inconvenience. I said, would you be willing to fill this out again for me? Because the company's going to need that, all right? Because I owed her like, over $100 in base pay. And she's like, yeah, I have a list of stuff. And she goes in her folder and flips, and her freaking QPR's there. I was like, wait, what was that? And she's like, I'm like, oh, is that your time card that you were supposed to turn in? And she's like, oh. I was like, oh, so you didn't turn it in. And I just like stayed quiet. And the boyfriend's just looking there. I said, hey, it happens. Things happen. I don't want to be blamed for something where we all make mistakes. I was ready to take ownership for mine, but understand like it wasn't us. And here you are ready to like take down the house when we just didn't even turn in your time card. I said, I can do this very quickly and you'll be paid on your next check. I said, I think it's best that we part ways. I'll take your sample kit. I said, I don't think this is going to be the place for you. I said, I don't want people accusing us of things that we haven't done. I want people that I want to work with that are excited about building something great. I said, if anything changes in the future, you're welcome to reapply. But for now, I don't think it's going to be the job for you. I took her kit, wrote her a check. I was like, best of luck to you, and the boyfriend was still like, oh, what the fuck? I'm like, see ya. And I leave, all right? And I tell my child, I'm like, don't be that person. Like that was, it just, you're paid. We do not take, well, why would we want to not pay you? That's the dumbest thing I ever heard. I want you to make a lot of money. I want you to succeed. Obviously, the more money you make, the more money we make as an organization, because that means we're succeeding. So keep that in mind. Your success is our success. So don't forget that. All right. So we're going to dive into recommendations. All right. One of the biggest ways, by the way, all I'm doing is transitions, if you notice, or extra phrases that are not on here. So you guys can read the rest. You should be following along. There's going to be key transitions. So one of the biggest ways to make more money, all right, and make more sales is to have more appointments. And to have more appointments, we need more people to contact. So I want to talk about maximizing your recommendations, all right? And guys, there's really 5 keys to maximizing recommendations. But you got to remember, why do customers even give you recommendations? They like you, all right? I told you guys in training, there's only 2 reasons you don't get recommendations, all right? 1, they just don't like you, all right? Or 2, you don't listen to anything I tell you. I'm like, if they like you and you listen to what I tell you, you're going to get recommendations. But I do have some keys. So I know initially when you're with people that you might not ask the right way, or you might be a little bit more intimidated, or whatever it is. First thing is, you got to follow the approach. You got to make sure that you've got that down. And so then, guys, you go through with them, each line of the approach, all right, and follow through. And you can watch me do that live at a different time. Make sure that we're telling them to bring out, and this is the stuff that's on here, but bring out their cell phone. I always joke around with customers. I'm like, hey, you're allowed to cheat. I'm like, pull out your cell phone, address book, neighborhood directory. They always laugh. And they're like, oh, thanks. I'm like, you're welcome. I'm like, who's nice from the A's? Who's nice from the B's? Who's nice from the C's? I'm like, let's see how many we can get. So just, going through there. And anybody nice, all right? We are not looking for buyers. We are looking for nice families. We know that 7 out of 10 nice families want to buy Cutco, all right? So we just want all the nice families we can get, because the more chances, the more appointments you do, the more chances you have for sales. Don't forget, it's a numbers game. So we want more chances is what we want. You want to make sure your rec binder is set up for success, all right? And by the way, you guys are going to learn rec binders from me. Oh, here's in the car. You guys are going to learn rec binders from me, because that's what I've used now for about 4 or 5 years, and I just love it because it's more spaces and it's more organized. Each sheet has 30 spots for recommendations. It has name, phone number, area, and then fun fact, like places for notes about that person. But we do a rec binder. We have the front, and those who come to SLDM, you'll see it. I'll set it up with you guys. Is there one?
Yeah.
Okay. So you'll see that you'll have like goals and stuff in the front. Then, you have the super thought jogger sheet in there. On the back, I have a coaching sheet for yes recommendations. And then inside,
It's a makeshift one.
Okay, so whatever. It says help me go to college. But our top guys have like, help me win scholarships, and have a picture of their school, be my sponsor, and they have like the grad school or whatever they want to get into. This is a piece of crap. I don't understand. But anyway, on the back we have
Makeshift.
Yeah, on the back it has like coaching for yes recommendations or whatever. But what needs to be in there is they transfer their initial names from their family onto one paper and put their parents' name up top, so they see a rec sheet. So however many are family friends, they put that on one, so it's 30, 40, 50, 60, whatever. Then anyone's over 10, or like you can combine them if you want. So they have something. I said you just need something to point to, because they're going to do what everyone else has done. So you have to show proof that people gave you filled out multiple sheets. And so I joke around with them about this, and I'll go hardcore on this at the SLDM. So even if they don't listen to you, once they hear from me, they'll do it, I promise. But multiple times they hear, it's better, okay? So having that to show the proof, setting that up for success is very important. And then I talk about, 2 yeses per demo, making sure, can they offer a free peeler to get 2 yeses? Like, can they call 2 people while you're there and then just give them a free peeler for getting you 2 appointments? Cost you $5 for the peeler. And even if you sold nothing, all right, you made a minimum, if we look at it in a business standpoint of $30, minus 5, you profited $25. So it's worth spending the $5 to give them a vegetable peeler to help you get 2 more appointments, all right? And I'm going to pitch that very hard. Staying organized. So I'm going to show them how to set up their scholarship binder. We're going to give them, give them tips on just check their notebooks out and see who's doing it. And it says pages with marked targets, if you guys see that. Like, I just, on the page, what I do, it's numbered 1 through 10, is, or 1 through 30 or whatever. So on 10, 20, and 30. On 10, I always do an arrow. On 20, I do a smiley face. On 30, I do stars. That's my deal. I tell them you can do stickers. My top guys, they highlight the line at 10. They highlight 20. They highlight 30. That they do. But I just put arrows, smiley face, stars. I'm like, hey, you want to get at least to here. This is better. Shoot for the stars. And I tell them, hey, fill out 2 sheets. You go, my favorite customer book. You only fill out 1. Like, no, I'm just kidding. I'm like, fill out as many as you can. Always hand 2 sheets to the customer and then roll. But how I show them to show is they're like, oh, so here's how the sponsorship works. They open their binder. So how it works is for every 10 names you give me, you become a sponsor. So if you fill out 50 like Suzanne did, you'd sign 5 times. If you just fill out a sheet like Julianne did, you'd sign 3 times. You get to 20, you'd sign twice. And even if you only get to 10 and you're like passing like double sponsor, as they get more experience, they have people that they're showing. Even if you only get to 10, you're still a sponsor. And when I get all 50 sponsors, I get that $150 reward. Cool? Here's a couple sheets. Jot down as many as you can. Is it cool if I use a sync? And then they roll, all right? And so the customer has 2 sheets. Like, oh, I don't know, I can fill out 2 sheets. Well, now you have a better shot at filling out 1, though, all right? So it shows expectations of asking for a lot of names. Never, never, never give a customer a sheet someone else has written on, right? Because psychologically, what are you saying? Please add some more people. But when you give 2 blank sheets, what are you saying psychologically? Give me a crap ton of names. Cool? That's what you're saying. So show the proof, show the expectation, go clean the dishes. Let them write, all right? The next thing, though, is you have the thought jog with them, right? Because the average person will naturally just write down 3 to 5 people off the top of their head. So if you want to get more, you have to sit there and you got to work it. By the way, I had to work that demo on Thursday. She was like, I've just got 3. Yeah, no, I can't give you and I'm like, all right, cool. And then she got to 4, and then she gave it to me, and then I gave it back to her. And I'm like handing the sheet back, all right? And I'm like, all right, cool. Now, who do you know that won't buy? But they're super sweet like you. I'm like, you're too nice not to have friends. I'm like, don't. We're not gonna play that game. I'm like, who's nice? Who's nice from here? You're like the sweetest thing I've ever met. Like, who's nice from here? Who's nice from there? And then finally she's like, okay, I did it. And she was at 10. But she had written a husband and wife separate. So she really was only at 9 because she like used 2 lines for whatever reason. I was like, there's 9. I said, this is 1 couple. And I was like, 1 more. She's like, I don't have any. I'm like, she's like, okay, I know. I know who, She kept going like every time it was like 1 more name. And she's like, okay, I'm done. Okay, I know someone. I'm like, come on, Josie. Okay, I know someone, And then I'm like, I know you know someone. I know you know a lot of people. So the fact is, we've got we got to make sure we're brainstorming that, like, every one of our customers, like, guys, I won't leave it. I'm like, I am not leaving the task without 10 recommendations. Like, I have not, like, I can count on one hand in $350,000 of Cutco sales the times I did not get 10 recommendations on an appointment from when I was even brand new. I mean, from when I was brand new, I always got sponsors. That's something that my friend taught me that worked with Cutco. So when I started there, he was already an All-American there. He said, get sponsors every time. And I always did. It's like everyone knows people. They might not know people that'll buy, but they have nice people that don't hate college kids. That's who you need. Go see the people that don't hate college kids. And so I tell them, like, hey, who do you know that doesn't hate college kids? They just laugh. I'm like, yeah, put them down. I'm like, who do you know from here? Who do you know from there? And just brainstorming with that. So give thought joggers. And then I have on there, it says super thought jogger. So there's a document you all have in that file we gave out, and the final file will come out Sunday, that is dual-sided, or it should be dual-sided. And one side, do we have one printed out? Has the thought joggers on it? I don't know if we do. And then the other side has a map of the USA, all right? And on it, yeah, can you grab that for me? It has, and I call it the super thought jogger. It's awesome, all right? It has just an extensive amount. So what's the process? One, you ask properly, right? Whatever the customer gives you, now you help them brainstorm more people, all right? Then they're gonna hand it to you. You say thank you, then you hand it back. And you're like, hey, so who else do you know who might not buy? Who else? Oh, and by the way, boom, we go through this. Who do you know that, and you spend 5 minutes on this. And this will 1000% always give you at least 3 to 5 more. And in some cases for me, it's given me 10, 20, or 30 more people by doing this. Okay, I've gone from 3 to 36 from doing this. Who do you know that knows everybody? That's super nice, that loves to cook, that has expensive taste, that entertains a lot, that loves to shop, that just redid their kitchen, that gives the most to charity, that owns a luxury car, that owns their own business, that loves to ski, that owns a boat, belongs to a country club, is super athletic, owns the best house, would get a set for a beach house, just bought a new house, enjoys fine dining, great networker, has the nicest kitchen, loves to travel, throws pool parties. Do you guys like all these people so far? Loves to invest, sends their kids to private school, St. Thomas, Houston Christian, Kincaid, Cypress Christian, Second Baptist, St. Pius, Straight Jesuit, etc. Don't settle for anything but the less. Owns multiple homes, kids play sports, leader of a religious institution, enters polo tournaments, owns an armed vehicle, owns a ranch, owns a tennis court in their backyard, never buys items on sale, owns a yacht, loves to sail and horseback ride, has a private jet, has a maid, butler, doorman, nannies, or a pool boy, owns a garage rover, money is no obstacle, buys really nice gifts. You can make your own, you can add more, all right? One of my FSMs had made this, who used to get a crap ton of recommendations all the time, all right? And then we made this, all right? And we added this to the back to say, oh, and by the way, who do you know that lives in other areas that you think would love Cutco? Because even if they're not a virtual rep, you guys are silly if you're not getting your additional virtual ones. Even if it's just 2 extra, that she goes, oh my God, you do them virtually? My sister would love this. She lives in Virginia. Awesome, put her down. You know, oh my God, my best friend, she lives in North Carolina. She would love this stuff. Great, put her down. And I'm definitely gonna sell to those people. Those are easy sales because they call and go, you love Kitchen, you're gonna love this stuff. They build it up and then you go and you do it and you sell, all right? So it's the easiest extra, they're the easiest extra sales, all right? So anyway, so this right here will give your reps more people, and they're money people, all of them. So if the customer thinks of 2 or 3 more, they just hit a whole new jackpot of people that they can go see with all their friends, all right? So give them that. Then handle common objections. Most of the time it's just a smoke screen. So just telling them, I always talk about the rec sheet hand back. You got to ask twice. So it's normal for them to just give you 3 to 5, hand it back. Hey, who do you know who might not buy, but they're super nice like you? Make sure you get more recommendations, all right? And lastly, the peeler. I give the peeler for double sponsor or for 2 yeses, all right? Also, it says, use bonus point system to be able to add the free peeler or buy discounted peelers for your manager. I just tell them, honestly, guys, it's easiest to buy peelers for $5. Especially once you're over $3,000 anyway, it costs the same amount, and people like instant gratification. Beyond $6,000 plus, you're spending more money putting it on your orders than if you would have just bought it for $5. So buy peelers for $5 and you're golden, all right? So as far as sales go, all right, same thing, 10, 80, 10, all right? Rule happens with sales, and we're gonna dive into closing. So now we have more people costs, so we can sell more. So 10% of your customers never, so you talk about how 10% never buy. Doesn't matter what you do, and if they don't want it. 10% always buy. You could screw it all up, do everything wrong, they still buy. 80% though depends on you, and that is what I'm about to teach you, because when you nail that, that's when you can have a 90% plus closing ratio that all of our top guys have, all right? And so we're gonna dive into that. So there's 5 keys to selling Cutco. Now we're gonna dive in. We're gonna go through, keep it simple, right? So talking about that, tying customers into goals. So do they have a thermometer? Do they have something to share with them? You know, are they making a friend versus just being there as a salesperson? Then you talk about dropping down slowly. So just having fun dropping down, never skipping a step. Everyone has a number, and that's all there on the bottom. You guys can read it, of times they say no before they say yes. So it talks about that. And then writing down prices, all right? Making sure, and it says there, review how to write what they like versus the deal, all right? So what that is, so you guys understand what I wrote there when I put review how to write what they like versus the deal, Mike, so once you find what they like, all right, you're going to always write that on paper. Where are my pens and stuff? Where's my black marker? Who stole my black one? I don't like that one. Ah. All right, whatever. Mary Lou, where'd you put the black marker?
Here's a brown one.
All right. I don't think it writes. All right. So anyway, guys, when you write down prices, you're my training class. First, you find what they like, right? So let's say they wanted to do like Lydia's customer wanted to do the shaft knife and wanted to get a trimmer, right? So they're going to start with that today. So what you do is you write down what they liked. Cool. You write down the prices for them. I don't know, whatever they are. So it's about $180, right, for those two pieces. And then you say, all right, awesome. And guys, as you learn how to do this, you'll do it yourself. But now you should have called and said, all right, cool. Well, hey, let me call my manager to check in. So there's different bundles and packages to make sure you get the best deal. Yeah, where's the black one? And then when we give you the deal, here's how you write it, all right? And then as you get experience, you'll do this yourself. You'll say, hey, by the way, Ms. Jones, is it cool if I can show you how you can get some free stuff? Or is it cool if I can show you how you can get a better deal? What are they going to be like? No, I don't want free stuff for a better deal. Of course, I'm like, yeah, what's up, honey? Hey, well, there's a package. Don't go back to your set. Don't show them the set. They were ignoring set. So you say, hey, there's a package that actually has those two pieces that you liked, okay? And it has that paring knife you really liked, all right? And it has that spatula, Mr. Jones, that you loved. And it has the big carver, all right? And it has a tray, and it has a sharpener, and it has a cutting board. And this brings $125 to $150 in free items of whatever you want. So you could get like 4 table knives, or you could get those scissors you loved and the peeler that you loved, all right? Whatever you want. And instead, oh, yay. I know. All right. And I don't have any prices. I don't know. Where's that?
What do you do the
What is an all-night set? Yeah.
All night set, that's like $371.
No, it's
It's like
not.
$82 today. Oh no, that's the kitchenette. Just
Or
kidding.
something.
It's $47.
All right, cool. So this is over a $650 value, whatever it is. And this is a $650 value. And if you wanted to get it today, the package would be $450, and the deposit to try it out would come out to $92. Cool. So I just wanted to show you that because you're almost paying half the price for 2 pieces. This will be about $200. Where here you get those 2 and this and this and this and this and this and this and pick that for free. So would you prefer what?
I literally just upsold your order doing that.
I do this all the time. I do this all the time. So they know that.
Yeah,
All
Toba.
right, yeah. So, but that's so you teach him how to write it down. So he just He just upsold Guillermo was ordering this and say so, and then you just go like this. You go, so Miss Jones, did you like that package better, or you want to still go with the pieces?
That's awesome.
And what does Miss Jones say? Wait, what? All right. It's super easy. By the way, I had a customer literally was like, no, I just want pieces. I just want pieces. I just want pieces. Right? Where's the deposit paper? You got me one. And so I'm going to give you another one. Yeah. So my customer she had Henkel. She's like, I don't need anything, but I do like it. I want to try them out. What's one knife that does everything? I looked at her and I was like, can't answer that question. And she's like, what do you, and I'm like, there's not one knife that does everything. I was like, I can't answer that. I said, if you want me to narrow it down, the most I can narrow it down to is something for slicing and something for chopping. I said, so I'd recommend one of these knives, a trimmer or the petite carver, and I'd recommend a chopper. She's like, okay, well, then that one and that one. She makes a petite carver and a chef knife. All right, cool. So I get the price for those 2. I don't know, what the heck is it? Like, whatever, like $210-ish. So I write it down, and I have when I do this with customers, in advanced training, I have my price list in front of me. I just don't have it right now. So anyway, so I show her that, right? That's what she wants. So what do? I write it down. All right, great, Ms. Jones. Did you want that in classic or pearl? Okay, awesome, right? So she's feeling good. And then I go, hey, just so you know, there's some deals where you can actually get some free stuff. Is it cool if I show you that real quick? And she was like, oh, yeah. All right, where she didn't want a set. She didn't want a set. She didn't want a set, right? But I was like, there's some deals where you can get some free stuff. Is it cool if I show you that? She's like, yeah, what's up? I said, well, I know you love the spatula, and I know you love the scissors. Like, your husband was obsessed with the scissors. I said, there's a package, by the way, that has that petite carver, and it has the chef, and it has a spatula that you loved, and it has a paring knife, and it has a turning fork, and it comes with a block, and you get a cutting board. And with it, you can pick 125 to 150 for free, all right? And so this right here, this comes out, just so you know, this is over, this is almost a $700 value, all right, that this is. And actually, the package comes out to $482, all right? And if you wanted to try it out today and see how you like it, the deposit's $106. So I just wanted to show you it because you're paying almost half the price for the 2 pieces, and this has those 2 and all of that. So do you guys like that better, or you want to just do the pieces? And the husband goes, wait, what comes in it? And I showed him all the stuff on the table, and he goes, oh, and he looks at her, she goes, yeah, let's do that. And I sold an essential set. Cool?
Did you just
But is
put
that
that
after
in
you
the
drop it down?
This is dropping back up. This is we got what they wanted, whatever they're getting. By the way, this is whether, huh?
That's what mine's great.
Why did you tell me this before?
All right. So this is no matter what. By the way, this can happen sometimes when I'm on a set. I was on a set, right? This is just called dropping back up. It's you find their comfort zone, and then we show them their best value. And the fact is, sets are always a better value than getting pieces. That's a fact. All right. So I always, they called me starter set queen when I started. I never sold pieces. It was very rare. If you look at my orders that I sell pieces, I always sold sets because I learned this from my friend who worked with Cutco early on. Dude, when they pick the pieces, write it down, be like, all right, cool. Hey, can I show you how you can get some cool deals? Or you can show you. I learned this personally from Peter Sheets when I was a sales rep. This is something that I've done since I was a rep.
Do you teach this
And-
in advanced training, or could you teach this in training as well?
Too much in training.
Too much.
Just call in, we do it for you. So Monday I'll show them, hey, here's how you drop back up. It's still not going to register. Your sharp kids it will, but I still want to do it for them. I want them calling in
Yeah.
their first week, all right?
You do this over the phone first week at PEI as well.
By the way, I give these examples of, hey guys, here's what's going to happen. You're going to write down the pieces they like, cool? You're going to get the total and you're going to say, awesome. Let me call my manager to let her know because there's different bundles and packages running, cool? Then you're going to call the office. If they're definitely buying those 2 pieces, what are you going to tell Mary Lou?
They're definitely-
My customer's definitely buying the petite carver and the chef. So she knows exactly what she's going to do. She's going to upsell you to a starter set, cool? But if they're not for sure, what are you going to say? You're going to call in and say, hey, Mary Lou, my customer's considering these pieces. So then she'll do a piece special so that way we can just close the deal, cool? Because if someone's on the fence and we try to upsell them, what's going to happen? We lose the sale. But if they've made a decision, our job is to show them the best value. Got it? So we need to know which way we're going. That's my day 3 calling in stuff. All right? So anyway, so this right here, guys, so I show examples of when you call in. So when you call in this weekend, Caitlin, what's going to happen? You're gonna call us, but on paper, you should have the stuff they like in the total, cool? And you say, hey, Miss Jones, with that order, you could do 2 or 3 payments if you wanted to, all right? Or you could pay in full. So is that something you feel good with? And they go, yeah, we want to do that. And then you say, awesome. Hey, is it cool if I call my manager real quick? Because I know there's some awesome like packages and bundles, and I want to make sure you get the best deal, okay? And then you call us and say, my customer's definitely getting that. I will tell you, if you do it properly, Mary Lou will upsell 85% of your orders if you do it properly and call in the right way. She'll do it for you. So when she gives you a deal, here's what needs to happen, Caitlin. You need to go, oh, by the way, this is not advanced training. This is day 3, like why you should call in. So Caitlin, when you call in, you're going to say, hey, Mary Lou, I'm with my customer, a great friend of our family, whatever. Hey, she's definitely getting the petite carver and the chef. And I just wanted to see what bundles or packages we're running. So to make sure she gets like the best deal, you know, she gets hooked up or whatever. And then we're gonna say, all right, awesome. Hey, write this down, Caitlin. And Caitlin, what you need to do, sweetie, is you need to write it right next to it, okay? That way they can see the difference. So you're gonna write down the 2 pieces she liked and the total, all right? And then next to it, you're gonna put those 2 pieces again. And then we're going to tell you, hey, Caitlin, write down this and this. And Mary Lou will tell you exactly what to write. But this is what it should look like on the paper. And then she's going to tell you this is a blank value. By the way, you can easily just always add. This one I probably could have added $250. But you can add $200 to $250 to whatever the price is for the value. Because if you piece it out with a block, it's at least 70 to $90 more, just the set itself, if not $100, with the cutting boards and everything individually, plus the free stuff. You add that. Think about with any sale. That's the value of what they're getting. So I add the whole, and I say, hey, this is a $700 value. They would be getting for $482, all right? And the deposit would be $106. So when we say that to you, Caitlin, here's what you need to do. Ready? You need to go, that's awesome. All right, I'm gonna let her know, all right? And then if they don't want to do it, you go, all right, cool. And this is a phrase you want to learn. It will become one of the phrases that will make you the most money. Just so you know. Cool? Learn this. This is an FSM key phrase. Just so you know. All right? Because it's very low pressure, but you want to make sure your customers know their options. So I'm going to go, hey, Ms. Jones, hey, guess what? I just talked to my manager, and there's a package that has those two pieces you liked, and that spatula you're eyeing, and it has and you get the scissors that you loved, and a peeler, and it's blank value by. Do you like that better, or you want to just do the pieces? Do you like that better, or you want to just do the pieces? And then most of them will go, oh, wait, what? And guess what most do? It just makes sense. But if not, if they go, I just want to do the pieces, then here's what you say, ready? Hey, Ms. Smith, just so you know, if you added those scissors, we could add the spatula free. Cool? And we'll do a buy three, get one free for her. Sounds good? By the way, you don't have to think. You call in, excited, tell her, are they definitely getting considered? She can do all the work for you. Got it? And on Monday in advanced training, I'm going to show you how to do this more yourself. But I'm just telling you, until you're at least 30, I'd say 50K, you just want to keep calling in. We're just going to keep spoon feeding you, keep coaching you, and you'll learn. The more you talk to us, the more you'll learn how to do it yourself. Sounds good? Huh? So anyway, so that is a little like preview of my day 3 calling in promotion.
Real quick, P.S. The AM call series right now is teaching people how to close like that. So if you guys want to learn how to
She's
do it,
teaching.
reps, what is it?
Like we talked about that it's gonna be.
It's going to be Monday mornings at 10 a.m.
Tuesday morning.
Tuesday mornings at 10 a.m.
What's the natural like?
They're covering this right now, Tuesday mornings at 10 a.m. for the AMs.
So that's how you.
The next like 2 or 3 calls are based on
And you should
PDI.
probably jump on them. It's really good for everybody.
Yeah, I just.
By the way, it's not a AM versus GM or BM. It's learning my programs that you've never done. And she's teaching them, you know? That's it. So, anyway, yeah, your AM's will be better than you, all right? No, so anyway, but this is what I do. So when we're teaching here, dropping down, everyone has a number, writing down prices. I'm just saying, if you guys see here where it says write down prices on your scripts, it says review how to write what they like, you know, versus the deal, all right? So here's the deal. I'm gonna stop here. We're not gonna go through all the advanced training stuff because I really, this is a lot, like going through all this is just a long thing. But if you haven't read over it, you just need to read through it, okay? What we're doing is we're going through closing sales, showing them how to handle objections, all right? Then we're going through showing them bonus points and how to use them. We're going through secret weapon with them. The goals are really important. But guys, this is a big thing I want to point out. Ready? We're doing the full-blown names list talk in advanced training now, all right? So in regular training, listen up. In regular training, we're doing a thought jogger of who are people you know. That's what we're doing, all right? Andres, can you stay still? We're doing a thought jogger of people you know. Then in advanced training 1, those of you who were at my house the day we went over Janine's like names list talk, and I had sent it out. Oh, yeah. And I have a new one that we put together with all my stuff in it too, that we naturally do, but you could just read from it. We're doing that full blown on Monday. So that's something that I want to walk you guys through, and we'll do. And if there's nothing else you want to watch that section of training, but just to get that list really big. That's the most important part to me of advanced training, is getting that list bigger. That's it. And then getting PRs from them, all right? So that they have confidence and more people to call, redoing their top 5 to 10 list so they're ready by when they come Wednesday night to the team meeting to have more numbers to collect. That's it, guys. Their whole week is get them more numbers, teach them something, get them to the next event, get them on the phones, get them more numbers, get them to the next event. And that's all we're doing their first week through all the advanced training series. All right. So we can talk and we'll go through. I mean, unfortunately, there's just not enough time to learn everything right now for summer. And it's not important. And that's what I'm saying. Like, there is a lot of great stuff here. But the fact is that if we get the right kids in and we manage them to their fast start and we make sure that we're getting them more people to see and redoing their chicken list and always having the top 5 to 10, right? If they have that, who are your next 5 to 10? Tay, hey, let's get them set by Wednesday. Cool. And then I see you Wednesday. Tay, who are your next 5 to 10? All right, let's get them set by Saturday. And then I see you Saturday. Hey, Tay, who are your next 5 to 10? All right, cool. And then I'll see you, and we just, are we getting their next 5 to 10 best people booked up? We're going to do a great job this summer. And my SLDMs are going to rock the freaking house. I just finished my agenda earlier today. They're awesome. I have to do a bunch of other things and finish documents and stuff, but I promise you I'm going to deliver to your people. So just get them in front of me. So what's most important right now is SC1 is coming. It is a month away from kicking off. Got it? So you could say, oh, it's a month away. This month flies quick. And everything we need to be talking about right now is about we're 1 month away from the playoffs. We're 1 month away from the playoffs. Everyone understand that? You're running training next weekend. We're 3 weeks away from the playoffs. Hey, we're looking to get a crew. Kathy wants a crew that's going to represent GCK for the playoffs. So you need to be talking like it's the GCK, starting lineup. She's looking for the starting lineup for GCK to represent for the playoffs. What's going to happen? Every office is going to have an alliance of people. All right, so start mentioning it now. On here, let me give you this. Let me walk you through. Where's my meeting? Hold on. Staff meeting. All right. You just got to keep focused on what's most important now. So I started going through that, and there's like, oh, let's go. Everyone's been like, AT. We need to just get more freaking PRs in. Yeah. All right. So listen up. Everyone look up here. So we've got, this is the end of AT. I always put this up. I'm like, time to make some money. So they make calls and then work on their crews. All right. But anyway, so here's what's happening with us. So next week, we have Receptionist AM Bootcamp. All right, that's happening from 2 to 7:30 here. We need all receptionists, all AMs at this meeting. I encourage you guys all to come after you run your trainings, if you're nearby or in the metro, by the way, to come here because we can all do PDI together, okay? Mary Lou won't be here. Guess who's doing PDI next Saturday night for the first time in a long time? Kathy Vasquez is going to be tearing it up. So she is gone back home for the weekend for like wedding festivities and baby showers. I don't know what's this weekend, but Mexican party. So she's gone, but I will be doing PDI. So as soon as I'm done with that meeting at 7:30, I'm just closing sales, and whoever's here, we're going to do it together. I'll be working with my staff next Saturday night and closing sales with them. We're going to have hopefully a killer training class next weekend with a combination of steroid PRs and mailers that are coming in. All right, so that'll be happening next weekend. So again, promotion to your team on Wednesday. Make a note. Playoffs are a month away. Cool? For those of you who have teams currently. For everybody else, next weekend's training, when you're opening comments, you're starting at the best time. We are 3 weeks away from the playoffs for Vector Marketing. Just so you know, we work like a sports team, and we are in season. And opening day was May 1st, and the playoffs are 3 weeks away. And so we are looking to build a squad to help us take down and have the best performance in College Station history and be one of the top offices on a national championship level for the playoffs this year, all right? So you guys are going to play a role in that. By the way, some of you guys, depending how you do your first week, will have the opportunity to get to or how you do your first weekend, will get a chance to go to the SLDM. If they come to SLDM, they will want to be on the Alliance. Got it? That's it. Get them to my meeting that following Tuesday after they launch, and they will be on your Alliance. So for everybody else, just promote saying it in training. Hey, Ms. Vass is having a special meeting. She runs this 4 to 6 times a year. It's an elite special coaching she does with new up-and-comers. You go to one of these your entire life, and she shares the secrets that helped her succeed as a sales rep. She won 3 scholarships. She earned 8 college credit hours. She ran her own office with the company as a branch as a student, never planning on staying here long term. And now 13 years later, was one of the best, the #1 district manager in Vector. No district office ever sold more than she did. Just took a promotion and moved from Miami to the Gulf Coast to help us go out and win our first Silver Cup as a division. And we will do that this year with the right team, with the right people in place. We will get that done, and you guys will be a part of history. A brand new division winning the national championship. How ridiculous is that? So I'm excited to have you guys here. I'm excited to coach you this weekend. Big things are coming. Just know it's about to get crazy. It's going to be a lot of energy, a lot of people running through these doors. You come in here next week, the week after, phones are going to be ringing off the hooks. It's nuts. I love summer. I am so excited for the time of the year that it is. Everyone got it? They need to be hearing this in your training and your opening comments. They need to hear the excitement. They need to know what's about to go down. There should not be one person that goes through your opening comments that doesn't know that the playoffs are 3 weeks away. Got it? And they're going to keep hearing that. And they're going to hear it at SLDM. So we've got PCs need to be starting by May 20th. Make an alarm for that, for before that. So, by the way, you know that's a week from Tuesday, right? Or a week from Wednesday. So today's Saturday. Next weekend's training is the 14th, 15th. Okay? We're getting them out to the SLDM. And that week of the 18th through 20-something, we start PCs. We start PCs, okay? And I would say do them right after the SLDM because you're going to start right with those kids. You should have them lined up for PCs on Wednesday, PCs on Thursday. Hey, what do you think about the SLDM? Hey, what are you thinking? What'd you take away? What are you thinking now? What are you excited about? Hey, did Kathy talk to you? Did she talk about the Alliance? Oh, yeah, you're someone that I really would like to have on that group. You're someone I'd really like to coach. And we start talking to these kids about it. I will send you exactly what to do in your PC. I will send you an outline for you to follow, to have with these people. But just make sure that for those next 3 weeks, that week, the week after, and the week following, it is all about PCing people and talking about getting onto the Alliance and what it is to be a part of that group, what it is to be a part of making history happen. It's going to be freaking huge, okay? And then I will get you guys, you will have agendas, you will have stories. I'm going to send you guys tomorrow. I have 100 motivational short stories. It's a one-page story, all sorts of cool stories that you can share that are super motivating, and you can pick one for each day for opening comments or for a wrap-up. There's a bunch of videos, and you can pick ones that you want to run depending on what your team needs. You know, I don't like to do those meetings cookie-cuttered. I'll send you cookie-cuttered ones that are like an outline that you can follow, and I'll say motivational story, and I'll say motivational video or story, because it really depends on what your people need. Do they need a pick-me-up? Do they need it's just different things. Got it? So we're going to have that all in place. But if we don't start talking about it now, we're not going to get it done. If we have the promotion, we just need an army. You want your mornings to have 5, 7, 10 people every morning branches in your office with you. And honestly, if we do this right from now, you could have 10 plus people in your offices branches. That's huge. Huge to have 10 people on your SC1 Alliance. Even DMs, that's huge for you. If we can all have minimum 10 DMs and be thinking, how can I get 15 or can I get 20? You know, what could we do? What kind of promotion can we have? Can everybody be so excited about being a part of the starting lineup for the playoffs? All right, it's all about the playoffs. Screw SC2. All right, the Super Bowl does not matter because if we don't hit the playoffs right, who gives a crap what happens in July? We have got to crush the month of June, and that's going to happen with a proper SC1 Alliance. So I know if we get it done, we're going to crush it. All right, and guys, as we really leave this meeting, and I'm not going to have a whole full-blown, I have nothing else to say but this, when we leave this, how we go into these next weeks. I don't care what's happened. By the way, those of you guys who have been around in the spring, those of you, you should all be utterly exhausted. Students, I know a lot of you have been studying your asses off, trying to balance, getting your offices open, finals, everything. Everyone should be exhausted. Caitlin hasn't slept in a week, everyone's just all over the place, and I get it. I encourage you guys to recharge tomorrow morning, for those who are able to, can you sleep in till 9 or 10, all right? Caitlin wanted to run a training. She's going after a Silver Cup, so that's sacrifices you make. But, get a sleep. Some of you guys, I'll do an event with Mom. I know we're going to have, our stuff, and we'll go to church and have lunch and then come here. We're going to rock some PRs tomorrow. And if you don't have that in the plan, make sure tomorrow, every one of you, even if you're not open, all of you have 3 hours planned of PR attack. And that's sending Facebook messages to every freaking person that you know. All right, if nothing else.
Mother
All right.
bonding with you than
PR calls.
All right, yeah. Caitlin wants mom to PR call with her. All right, so sending at a minimum. Does everyone have 3 hours? To just send out messages. I would have that in your schedule tomorrow. I strongly recommend it because it's going to help you get off to a faster start. But really remembering how we focus on everything. So it's time for us to like restart, recharge. I know that we've been grinding. I know we just finished the big advertising blitz. That's one of the most exhausting parts. And I was reading I read a quote from Muhammad Ali, and it was talking about like, he's like, I hated every day of training, but I knew what it would, and it was to the effect of like, I knew that it would set me up for a lifetime of achievement. And it's the same of like, I hate every day of active blitz and like the April, May build. I hate every day of it. I hate it, but I know what it creates. And so I will do it, and I will freaking rock that shit because I know what it creates. And as exhausted as we are, now it's time to remember the team that's waiting for us to lead them a month away. Like, what will your freaking squad look like on June 8th? It is May 9th right now. June 8th is our division meeting on Monday. And it is going to be awesome. How big of a squad will you have that day? And branches, I want you thinking, what could you do at that division meeting to have double digits? Can you have 10 there? Can you have 15? Will you have 20? That's crazy. You know how many I had at my first meeting when I was a branch? 2.
Yeah, you did.
All right, I had 2 people. I was like, we're the Bradenton Beast. Release the beast. All right, 2 people. All right, and you know what? We won #1, and this is my freaking trophy right here. I kept it for my branch, my first trophy, SC1 branch office champion. It was taller than 2 of my reps and almost as tall as my room. All right, and this right here, all right, and I've kept it. It's traveled with me for 12 years everywhere I've gone. All right, 2 reps that were at my division meeting that helped build a crew. At SC1, we had 4 people there, all right, but I kept pouring in and building, and we sold 146 grand that summer, all right, and I developed 3 FSMs, and we developed a squad and something that's become a legacy. And I don't care where the hell you're at right now, and if you only bring 2 to SC1, well, you know what, you could still go out and crush it like I did, all right? But the goal is, can we have everyone with double digits 1 month from now at the division meeting on June 8th? And if we do that, it's going to be a summer that will create history. I guarantee you that, all right? So thank you guys for being here on Saturday night. Thank you guys for being in this hot, awful room. By the way, please do me a favor. Updates every night. Tovar's going to be on your asses about that. Make sure we just get him on Facebook so he doesn't have to follow up so we can kick butt, all right? So Gulf Coast, let's kick some booty, all right? So, we got to do our thing. Go. We bring champions. Let's go. All right, guys, fold chairs for me, please, and put them in that corner. Taylor, can you lead how to do that, please?
I don't know if Chad.
Those are good. Yeah. I knew you were coming today, so we need to get some down. Yeah, you brought those for free. What, too big?
Yearman has a scale of the box, then Olivia for 9.
You yell and you push the chairs.
Hey, if you're near a blue cushiony chair, fold it up and give it to Jordan. For his office. For around the boys, Ben and his daughter
On the other side.
A lot. Sorry.
No, I saw
Yeah, can you stop this? I think it's still recording.
Hi, people of the world.